These players have clearly never heard the phrase, "it's just a game." Hi friends, I'm Ricky with WatchMojo, and today you're in for a treat because we're counting down our picks for the top 10 hilarious gamer rage quits and freakouts.
Numbers destroys the wall! Numbers destroys the wall!
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at angry outbursts from gamers that are simply hilarious. Now, we're basing our picks on a mix of excess screaming, property damage, and overall nonsense. This is gonna be funny, but it's gonna get weird.
I think this game has plenty of good things to offer. It's just that I wouldn't say it's perfect.
Number 10, naked screaming character, Rust. Naked characters in Rust are usually either new players getting started or people trying to cause mischief. So when Twitch streamer Sujian sees a nude player online, his group starts chasing them down. The suddenly crying and swearing from the naked player is so goofy that Sujian and his friends keep breaking up for laughing. The silence as he dies is comedic as well, and one teammate suggests through his laughter that he can barely breathe. Since people don't usually roleplay death this extremely in video games, this Rust gamer is an amazing treat.
I can't breathe. I had to kill him.
Number 9, Professional Freakout, World of Warcraft.
They're gonna swap this already. You heal, I'll drink right now, and then I'll heal him.
The player versus player matches at the Intel Extreme Masters World of Warcraft tournament require a lot of fast thinking and coordination. All this pressure gets to Swarm from SK Gaming in the middle of a match, as his directions devolve into insults towards his teammates. Swarm looks like a child as he waves his arm and shouts at everyone.
Get on game right now! I'm out of here!
His attempts to walk away from the match has us in stitches, since he returns to his chair seconds later. All the mean yelling is so hysterical that even Swarm's teammate is smiling while he tries to defuse the situation. By resorting to phrases like "no one likes you" at a professional event, Swarm loses it in the most amusing way possible. Number 8, the Happy Hob, Soulsborne.
Little asshole. That's why I hate fighting this.
Between their punishing enemies and environments, From Software's Souls and Bloodborne games have developed a reputation for their brutal difficulty. The Happy Hob challenged himself even more for his Twitch stream when he attempted to beat all 5 of the Soulsborne games without taking a single hit. With only Demon Souls remaining in one of his aptly titled God runs, the Hob was hit minutes into the game. It was hard not to laugh as the Happy Hob screamed and then painfully realized his entire session was over. Though it was satisfying to watch him finally complete the no-hit marathon, his freakout over losing was intensely crushing and hilarious. The Happy Hob's reaction was deserved, however, given the hours of playtime he invested to get there.
Ah! Demon Souls, no hit run!
Number 7, Rage Quit Sonic, Sonic the Hedgehog.
What? How are you screaming underwater? Are you falling off a f***ing cliff or drowning? He can't even do the f***ing spin thing!
It's a well-known fact by now that Sonic 06 was a terrible game, and the slow overworld in particular drew plenty of complaints from critics. Michael from Rooster Teeth's Rage Quit exploded at this section of the game in his run-through as he struggled to start playing an actual level. His frustration at all the bad camera angles and talking mechanics became funnier as he mocked them too.
I can't control this asshole. Christ! Oh my god, I made it! I'm gonna play it? Am I gonna play?
The palpable disappointment when Michael finally played a level, however, only added to the humor. But it was his full-on breakdown at the back-to-back loading screens that gave the clip its most hilarious moment.
Are you kidding me? It took me out of the loading screen to show me that and then put me back in the fucking loading screen?
Number 6, Team Rage Compilation, Counter-Strike Source. The intensity of first-person shooters like Counter-Strike Source can cause people to yell, and bad matches only bring out more of this behavior. Martin is ticked off so often by Counter-Strike that someone around him sets up a camera to film his tantrums.
That's not how the hell did that happen? Hey!
His surprise over every death is hysterical, especially as he starts calling everything impossible. His outbursts are so extra that his calm reaction to actually spotting an enemy are a funny surprise as well. Martin's temper also results in some wacky feral noises and his giggle-inducing bink yells. Whether he's unlucky or just bad, Martin's childish reactions are comedic gold.
Man, didn't my gun even fire? Shit!
Number 5. Game Grumps vs. Froggy. Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut.
Alright, Froggy. Motherfucker, just cast the lure, you piece of garbage.
Do it.
Get it.
Go for the
like
gold.
it. Want it. Have it. Need it. Why?
Honest question. Did you even think unbridled gamer rage would be induced from trying to catch a frog? Well, that's what happened with Game Grumps host Aaron Hansen, whose frustration in trying to catch Froggy in Big the Cat stage resulted in him tossing the controller and questioning his life choices.
Aaron, don't be that kid in class.
All his co-host Dan can do is watch in horror and wonder how on earth this ended up in the game, while fans of the duo were quick to create animated pieces of this breakdown. But the icing on the cake came from Sega themselves, who dropped this comment from the official Sonic the Hedgehog account on that video. Oh, you sly hedgehog, Sonic.
You can get it.
Oh.
Grab it.
Is that a hit?
Number 4. More dots, more dots. World of Warcraft.
Retard idiot! You f***ed up my clicking, you You mother***ing idiot!
When Onyxia's lair was still a 40-person raid, it was one of the most difficult challenges in World of Warcraft. This led to a lot of frustration for Dives, a guild leader who passive-aggressively ordered his team around this dungeon. His aggressive use of in-game lingo like whelps and DKP sounded like cartoonish gibberish too. All the yells of acronyms like more dots and stop dots were particularly hilarious regardless of your knowledge of World of Warcraft. One crudely animated adaptation of the rant by a player named Delethor was hysterical simply because it interpreted all the terminology so literally. The World of Warcraft team even found enough humor in Dive's rambling to create the more dots, many whelps, and handle it achievements.
It's just too much. You're either gonna kill me from a heart attack or from laughing.
Number 3. Monitor and Wall Smash. Stepmania. Stepmania lets players enjoy the fast-paced rhythm gaming of Dance Dance Revolution using only their fingers. So as Terra shows off his amazing hand-eye coordination to the song Made of Fire, he lands nearly 600 notes in a row. One small mistake sets off his fury, however, and he comically slams his monitor. After the few tears you can spot in the background at first, the massive dent we see behind his monitor is ludicrous. It's genuinely difficult not to cackle as Terra trashes his monitor, especially when he blames the screen for his damaged wall. While the havoc he wreaks on his computer is silly to watch, the irony of Stepmania being burned into Terra's screen is too sweet.
Looks like I'm retired.
Number 2. Screaming Halo Kid. Halo 2.
Shut up! Oh!
Anyone who plays online shooters knows the pain of hearing loud teenagers in chat. But while most of these kids only shout when they're angry, this Halo 2 fan yells over just about everything. The prepubescent shrieks go from being annoying to hysterically high-pitched at times. All the violence he commits against his TV is pretty over the top as well, and some of it actually happens after a killing spree. Though someone calls out his excessive noise over voiceover chat, his targeted impressions of the other player are arguably even funnier. Despite how obnoxious it would be to play with this kid, watching his hissy fit never gets old. Number 1. Brother Freaks Out. World of Warcraft. Look, we know this freakout is fake, but damn, that is some serious dedication to the cause, and it's pretty hilarious. Steven finds out that he doesn't have a World of Warcraft account anymore, and he gets unreasonably upset. He's so furious that he flails against his bed, bouncing around ridiculously like a scene from The Exorcist. Though Steven's guttural cries are pretty amusing, his rant about running away from home is also extraordinarily childish. If you don't laugh at his initial spasms, you'll have trouble keeping it together as he pokes his butt with a remote. Steven's rampage is also famous enough to have funny musical remixes, and a zany mashup with Dragon Ball sound effects. Though the legitimacy of Steven's freakout is questioned often, you can't deny how comedic and outrageous it is. Okay, first off, dude, there was no reason to put that controller up your butt. Second off, that video never fails to make me laugh. Alright guys, thanks for checking out the list. If you guys had a laugh, why not hit the like button? And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.